Star Teens, so today I'm going to walk you through how to tie-dye using bleach. This method only works on dark cloth, so you're going to first want to get yourself a clothing item that has a dark material, some bleach, some rubber bands to tie up your creation, and ideally, if you can, get yourself some plastic gloves to protect yourself from the bleach. Alright guys, so once you have your clothing item picked out, the first step is going to be to soak it, because once it's wet, it'll be easier for the bleach to settle into the cloth. So just get your sink and douse it. Alright guys, so once you have your clothing item soaked, you're going to want to pick a surface to work on. Ideally I'd say go outside, but unfortunately it's raining here today, so I've just covered my carpet with some plastic in case I spill bleach on it. So you're going to want to lay out your creation, and the next step is deciding what design you want to be tie-dyeing. There are many different ways you can tie up clothes to make really cool tie-dye patterns, and the first one I'm going to show you guys today is the spiral pattern. So to get started on the spiral pattern, you're going to want to pick what spot in the shirt you want to have be the center of your spiral. I'm going to keep it classic and just make the center of my spiral the center of my shirt, but you can really do it wherever you want to, and it creates cool variations. So once you've picked your center point, you're going to want to pinch that spot and start twisting in whatever direction you please. And the key is to make sure you're keeping the fabric evenly distributed as you pinch and turn so that the spiral is even and the result will be really cool when you dye it. So once you've created your fold, you're going to want to take rubber bands. I would recommend 4 for this type. And you're going to want to rubber band across, and then across again. And then 2 more times so that your shirt is evenly distributed into sections. This will be important later when we start actually bleaching it. Alright, so that's how you want it to look. So the next design I'm going to show you guys is a bullseye design. Similar to the spiral pattern, you're going to pick a center point for the bullseye. This time to mix it up, I'm going to pick this bottom corner here, and once you pick your spot, you're going to pinch that spot and pull up the piece like so. So then from there, what you're going to do is you're going to take your rubber bands and you're just going to tie it off like this in as many sections as you want to, depending on how thick you want the rings to be. Alright, and when you're done, it should look something like this. Alright, so the last design I'm going to be showing you guys today is called the nebula design. To do this one, you're basically just going to take your clothing piece and bunch it in random areas. Just kind of pull it together, bunch it, and then you're just going to scrunch it into a circle and tie it off similar to how we tied the spiral design. So you're just gonna go across again, and then 2 more times so you have some nice and equal sections. And there you have it. Let's get to the bleaching. Alright, so once your clothing item is all tied up, you are ready to start bleaching. I'm going to first show you guys how to do the spiral one, which is pretty much exactly the same as the nebula design, and then we'll do the bullseye last. So if you have access to like a squeeze bottle or something, that would be ideal to put your bleach in. I do not, so I just put it in this little measuring cup thing because I thought I'd be able to pour with more control. So for the spiral design, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to alternate every other section pouring bleach on it. So we're just gonna start with 1/4, start there, and I'm gonna do the next, and the next. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna take note, I started on that one, so I'm gonna start on the same section. This is important to make sure that you do the same sections that you did on the front side on the back. So once you have it covered, lay it to sit. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the nebula design. Pick one section to start on, and alternate every other section. And then flip it over and start on the same section you started on. And lay that aside to dry. And then with the bullseye one, what you're going to do is alternate every other section moving forward. I didn't have enough rubber bands for this project, so instead of doing every other section, I'm just doing like the last quarter of my tied off regions. So I'm gonna flip it and do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so we're gonna let these sit for 5 minutes and then we're gonna wash them out and see how they turned out. Alright, so now that your clothing items have had some time to soak, you're going to take off the rubber bands and rinse them. Alright, this one's next. Last one. Alright, our shirts have been rinsed. So if you have a dryer, just go throw them in the dryer. If you're like me and do not, I'm just gonna hang mine on my drying rack here and wash and dry them as soon as I go to the laundromat. And if you also did not use plastic gloves like me, go wash your hands with soap right now. And here's my finished product. I love how these turned out. I think they look super cool and I can't wait to wear them. I don't have a ton of tie-dyeing experience, so my designs are not super symmetrical, but I think what's so fun about this is no matter how it comes out, you have something cool and unique to wear. One last tip before you go, bleach is really toxic stuff, so please be careful with it. And if you leave it on your clothes for too long, it will legitimately eat a hole through it. I happen to think this still looks kind of cool, so I'm gonna make it work, but if you don't want holes in your clothes, do not leave it on for more than 5 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you do give it a try, I'd love to see how it turned out, and as always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thanks for joining me today. Bye!